The Beckham name has always been sold as flawless, global fame, perfect family photos, carefully managed smiles. But according to one shocking claim, everything people thought they knew about this family may have been built on control, pressure, and a fight over something deeply personal. Because what if the biggest battle inside the Beckham household wasn't about love, loyalty, or even money, but about ownership of a name? For years, Brooklyn Beckham has lived under one of the most powerful celebrity brands on the planet. To the public, he was the privileged firstborn of football royalty and fashion royalty combined. But behind the polished image, Brooklyn now claims his life was shaped by expectations most people never see. And when he finally tried to step away and build something of his own, everything allegedly fell apart. Because the moment marriage entered the picture, the rules changed, and according to Brooklyn, the pressure didn't just increase, it crossed a line. Brooklyn grew up as part of what many call brand Beckham. From childhood, his name carried weight before he ever chose a career. Every move was watched, every relationship judged, and every decision filtered through public image. While that kind of attention opens doors, it also comes with invisible strings, and those strings, Brooklyn claims, tightened the moment he tried to define himself outside the family orbit. When he met Nicola Peltz, things started to shift. Their relationship moved fast, and for the first time, Brooklyn appeared to be building a future that didn't revolve around his parents' carefully curated empire. Friends noticed he seemed more grounded, more certain, more independent. But that independence, according to Brooklyn, didn't sit well with everyone. As wedding plans began, what should have been a joyful chapter reportedly became tense. Brooklyn has suggested that behind closed doors, disagreements were already brewing, not the kind that explode publicly, but the quiet, uncomfortable kind that linger and grow. And then, just weeks before the ceremony, he says something happened that changed everything. According to Brooklyn's own account, he was allegedly approached with a request that stunned him. He claims he was pressured to sign documents that would effectively give up rights to his own name, not just professionally, but in a way that could impact his wife and even their children. This wasn't presented as a suggestion, he says, but as a condition wrapped in financial incentives. It's important to be clear here. These are Brooklyn's claims, not verified facts. No legal documents have been made public and no independent confirmation has surfaced. But what makes the allegation explosive is what it represents. A name isn't just branding, it's identity, it's legacy. And according to Brooklyn, he was being asked to surrender control over all of it. He has claimed that incentives were involved, suggesting that money was used as leverage to push him toward compliance. He says he refused, and after that refusal, he alleges the dynamic shifted dramatically. Opportunities changed, support cooled, and the relationship with his parents allegedly entered a new phase, one defined by distance and resentment. But the name dispute, according to Brooklyn, was only the beginning. As the wedding approached, tensions reportedly spilled into moments that should have been unforgettable for the right reasons. Brooklyn has alleged that decisions surrounding the ceremony became points of conflict. Among the most talked about claims is the assertion that his mother, Victoria Beckham, canceled Nicola's wedding dress at the last moment. Another allegation suggests that a planned first dance was unexpectedly taken over, leaving Brooklyn and Nicola humiliated in front of their guests. Again, these are allegations framed by Brooklyn's perspective. No official response has confirmed or denied these specific details, but what matters for viewers is how Brooklyn says these moments made him feel. He has described them as deeply painful, embarrassing, and symbolic of a larger issue. To him, it wasn't about a dress or a dance, it was about control. And once the wedding ended, the fallout didn't fade quietly. For a long time, rumors of a Beckham family feud floated online. Fans noticed absences at events, subtle social media shifts, missed birthdays, but nothing was ever confirmed. That silence made the story feel speculative until Brooklyn broke it himself. In a series of emotional public posts, he accused his parents of trying to control his life and undermine his marriage. He claimed they had attempted to turn him against his wife, questioned her place in the family, and prioritized the Beckham image over his happiness. He didn't hint he didn't dance around the issue, he went straight for the heart of it. Brooklyn said he was done protecting a narrative that wasn't true. He said he wanted peace, privacy, and freedom from what he described as manipulation. And perhaps most shocking of all, he suggested he had no interest in reconciliation. Naturally, the internet exploded. Fans were divided instantly. Some saw a son finally standing up for himself. Others questioned why such deeply personal matters were being aired publicly, and many wondered what David and Victoria would say in response. So far, David Beckham and Victoria Beckham have not issued a direct public statement addressing Brooklyn's allegations. Reports from unnamed sources claim they are heartbroken and confused, insisting they still love their son and want reconciliation. But these reports remain unverified, and they stand in sharp contrast to Brooklyn's own words. That silence has only fueled more speculation, because in celebrity families, silence is rarely accidental. Some believe it's a legal strategy. Others think it's an attempt to avoid escalating the situation, and some see it as confirmation that the rift is deeper than anyone realized. What makes this story resonate isn't just the fame involved, it's the universal tension between parents and children when control meets independence. Brooklyn's story, if his claims are true, reflects a struggle many people face, just amplified by wealth, branding, and global attention. There's also the uncomfortable question of legacy. When a family becomes a brand, who owns what? Where does guidance end and control begin? And at what point does protection turn into possession? Brooklyn appears to have made his choice. He's chosen his marriage, he's chosen autonomy, and he's chosen to walk away from the narrative that shaped his entire life. Whether this decision brings him peace or long-term regret remains to be seen. As for the Beckham family, the future is uncertain. This could be a temporary fracture healed by time and distance, or it could mark the permanent breaking of a carefully constructed image. One thing is clear: the glossy version of this family story may never look the same again. Because once a truth like this is spoken publicly, even if parts remain disputed, there's no going back to silence. And whether Brooklyn's claims are fully accurate or not, they've opened a conversation that many celebrity families work tirelessly to avoid. And that raises the final question viewers can't stop asking. Was this a son betraying his parents, or a man finally reclaiming his name?